This vessel is a lie, a shape-shifting beast, a lesson in fluidity. This quote has followed me and taught me so much the last few years. I've never really wanted to make a video like this, and I never really thought I ever would, but here's nothing. We change as we grow, and especially as women, our body changes even more. But it is only a vessel, a lesson in fluidity. You can control it as much as you want, but it will always move in its own way and at its own pace. I grew up hating as if I wasn't easy to see. When I was younger, I was a taller one. In ballet, I never really cared to fix my posture. There was always a little more of me. Something that didn't really want to be like the rest. I was 5, the first time I hated my body. I didn't really remember how it started or why, but I did. Even when I wasn't bigger, I always thought I was. I started avoiding mirrors and hiding in oversized clothes when I started growing boobs. I remember showering in my bathing suit, as even in a place where no one can judge you or really see you, I didn't feel safe or comfortable to show it all. It lasted only a couple of months, I think, but the feeling never went away. We grow up to learn that if our bodies don't stay the same, or if they don't look a specific way, that they are wrong. We are also taught that if your body does look different, it's your own fault. Go on a diet, work out, eat less, eat more. I was 6 the first time I heard someone talk about eating disorders, and I didn't really understand what was happening. I didn't think it could somehow start with yourself. I was only told that my cousin wasn't able to swallow her food as it would come back up easily. Weird, I thought, but I didn't think to ask anything else.
Es normal odiarse y hacerse daño porque un colectivo te lo dice. Es normal que te lo digan, es normal que te lo refrenden, es normal que nos lo inculquen.
For the longest time, I thought my body, my own shape-shifting beast. I tried to pretend that it wasn't as bad as it was, that I didn't constantly body check certain parts of my body to see if I had more skin on top of my bones, or that I didn't constantly think about food, whether it was to make sure I was eating when I had to, or not as well as I could think, really, without thinking too much about it. Thinking too much would mean I was worried. I've never really had an eating disorder, but you can't say that I haven't in a very morbid way. I thought it would be better if I did. At least I would be skinnier for a little bit.
A veces es difícil. Es difícil sacarse de la cabeza un ideal de cuerpo que la cultura de la dieta y la sociedad dicta es lo que te da valor y propósito en la vida. Como si la razón por la que nacemos, especialmente como mujeres, es porque debemos alcanzar un estándar de cuerpo que en realidad es imposible de alcanzar. Entonces, ¿a qué vinimos? ¿A qué vinimos a este mundo? ¿Solo bajar de peso? ¿Hacer interminables dietas y odiarse hasta más no poder? Por la existencia de solo un tipo de cuerpo aceptable y estándar, además de inalcanzable. Es difícil salir de esto.
But time's changing. Online influencers and brands, even if it is only to appease the audience, are trying to change all of this. Body positivity movements have started all over the world and have helped a lot of people. Eating disorder awareness is getting louder, even with men who weren't believed to have also struggled. In the show Euphoria, when Kat introduces her character story, there is a part where she says something along the lines of, "Can I be honest with you? What I realize is that, like, my whole life, all I've tried to do is take up less space, tried to hide from guys who might, like, whisper to their friend under their breath as I walked by. I spent my whole life afraid people were going to find out that I was fat. And if you could see it, paraphrased a little, quoted in some parts. And this small part of the monologue in a show that has mirrored my life as much as I think anyone will ever be able to. I have been hating, and I tried to be smaller, quieter, nicer, didn't get into trouble. I was a good student, but I wasn't the best. I let people walk all over me because I thought if I even acted out in the slightest bit, they'd stop being my friend because I already didn't look like what you should. I did just enough to pass as someone you saw but didn't pay too much attention to. because in my mind, I already had too many eyes on me, as there was more of me. I hadn't looked at myself in a mirror since I was 11, until last year. I dropped out of college and I've been trying to find out who I am since I decided it was okay for people to see me. But I had to see myself first. And I have to say, as bad as it sounds, it kind of gave me a chance to only know my body as it is now. No preconceived idea of how it looked when I was slimmer. Just now, relearning it, it may be the most of a body that it has been, but also the most comfortable that I've been. As I have learned to really like myself, emotionally, mentally, psychologically. So I guess it was actually a pretty good deal. And in my own home, in my room, with my friends, I've changed too.
Ya no quiero que sea normal, quiero abrir los ojos.
I started making videos and taking pictures to relearn myself through my own eyes and to see who I am when I can't control all of it. Small mannerisms when I talk and what I say when alone and only myself to hear. This video is also extremely selfish, as after years of thinking and feeling things I thought I wasn't allowed to vent about, I now feel this is all extremely valid. Piece of advice: romanticize yourself. Think as if you were the love interest in a romance novel, and you realize that all the things that you think make you less are actually the things that make you you. I know it sounds cheesy, but it's true. Also, thinking of yourself as a mix of structure and aesthetic, like those Greek sculptures, just the curve and the shape and, Take pictures, aesthetic pictures, like the ones you see in Tumblr and Pinterest and stuff. They're fun, and you'll see yourself in your light. Be kind to your body and yourself. Changing and growing and everything that's happening, it all takes time. We can't rush the journey or the way that it moves or, anything really. We can only hope that it lets us know when things are wrong. Shape-shifting beasts, as much as they change, always have a true face. It's not the way that you look. It's in the essence of who you are.